Morning. As is the daily routine now, I'm going to go through the papers, but I'm going to try and hopefully find something a bit more light-hearted. Kidnapped girl reveals all. She's going to, isn't she? No, just on the front page. This is a girl that was kidnapped out in Italy. Do you know what? She's a good-looking girl. She was a model. She was kidnapped. Good on you. Use it as much as you can for exposure, money. Do your thing, girl. And you look great in that bikini. The Green Party. The Green Party reintroduced a national bank holiday to celebrate migrants. It's what? It would make the first Monday on the June the 22nd a public holiday. But it wouldn't have one for St George's Day, would you? It wouldn't have anything to do with celebrating who we are or anything to do with us. Let's celebrate all the immigrants who have come here, groomed loads of young girls. You know, there's got so much to celebrate. Gordon knifes James. Chef tells rivals stick to cooking. Jamie Oliver, you know who he is? He's one of those pricks who, on the way to work this morning, what have I had? I went to a petrol station and bought a sausage and black pudding. Decent as well. Sausage and black pudding roll, yeah? He makes you feel bad about it, doesn't he? If I want to eat fat, shitty food, Jamie, I'll eat it. And just stop making me feel bad. Stop making me feel guilty all the time. Every time I listen to your talk, I just think, oh, shut up. Just let us enjoy our food. So basically this is, Jamie Oliver said if we vote for Brexit, he'll leave. And he's another one of these morons that said that and hasn't left. Please leave. Take your restaurants with you, Jamie. Take your restaurants with you. Very light bomb, nutcase, jail for life. Jail for life. If you're in America, no, that does not mean life. This man will probably do a minimum of 15 years. Solves nothing. You see these stories, when you read this, people think, yes, we've got another one off the street. No, you added to their capabilities of recruiting within the prison system. That's all he's going to be doing. He's not going to be in there getting bullied or getting a hard time. He will be in there running that prison with the rest of his jihadi friends. This is where we need to really have a wake up. And prison's not what I was talking earlier about prison. Prison's just not working. It doesn't work for drug offenders. It doesn't work for heroin addicts. It doesn't work. It doesn't help them, send them to prison. It's not solving anything for us. Yeah? And sending these jihadis there, these terrorists there, they come out in a worse state. That's MI5, MI6, 800 are coming out a year radicalised. 800 people that we have to monitor. 800 people every year from prisons. So this doesn't solve it. Don't anyone get excited thinking send them to jail works. We need military-style prisons where they'd never see the light of day again. This man has tried to blow up a train from Birmingham to London, and we're going to let him back out to walk around us again. It's just insanity. It's insanity. Look, I apologise, yeah? Let me start off with an apology because of this. And I didn't buy it, okay? The Scouse lad who works for me did. This was just for the front page because it's on the front page. Poster girl for terror. So here we have one of the country's most famous Muslim women, of course, because she's been done for terrorism. Muslim women, terrorists. And guess what? She's been out of jail a couple of years and she's got a top job working in one of our councils. Top local government post for 21/7 accomplice. Not just a top job, but also she would have had access and data to people who are on the terror watch list. She's one of the country's worst. Do you know why? Because when she got the job, they didn't do any criminal records check. They didn't even Google her name. They probably just saw a good Muslim lady who they need to promote all the way to the top. It's just like you couldn't make that up, could you? You just couldn't make it up. There she is. How could jihadi girl get this job? Well, because it would have been politically correct to check her out, wouldn't it? Couldn't have that. Pedo seal cover up went right to the top. This, every time I read about this, man, these paedophile, like Cyril Smith was protected from prosecution by line officials who were probably also nonces. They all lied for him. They all covered it up. Even people all the way to the top. And then Rochdale of all places, they just carried it on from all dirty old white paedophile nonces and hiding it to dirty paedophile Muslim nonces and hiding it. That's been the whole catalogue in Rochdale from the council and the people at the top. ADHD kids just immature. Yeah, you're just naughty little shits. And they've just made a phrase up for it. Basically. Badly behaved school kids might not be suffering from ADHD. They might just be immature. They invent all these names for everything now. And medication for everything. Oh, give the kids loads of meds. Give them this, give them this. They're just naughty. Just need a bit of discipline. Prime Minister's war on race bias. Only 32% of poorer white British pupils on free school meals hit expected grades. white teenagers are almost 4 times more likely to be smokers. This is not to do with racial bias. Well, you still think that in 2017 in Britain, living in Luton, I know that you think people aren't getting a job because they're black. Is that what you think? They're choosing people because they're not black. So when you see this, they're trying to say you can't get jobs because you're of ethnic minorities. The Equalities Act of 2010 actually made it so it's legal for them to discriminate against white straight men like me, because and hire ethnic minorities. And we see this all the time. We see BBC jobs advertised only for ethnic minorities. We see it all the time. And then here they are trying to make out. And do you know, white working class kids are the biggest underachievers in our education system. The biggest underachievers. Not ethnic minorities. They're not the ones failing schools anymore. Go to the universities, go to the colleges, see who it's full of. All ethnic minorities. Because they're allowed to fit, and I'd say this is because they're allowed to feel proud in who they are and their identity. All ethnic minorities are told to celebrate their identity. And we're not. So our kids are walking around lost. They don't know who they are. They don't know where they come from. And that is the reason I'd say why they're failing at most things. And that's why they're all talking Jam-African. There's no East End talk anymore. There's no Cockney rhyming slang. It's Jam-African. All the white boys are talking like they're black. Everyone's lost their identity. They don't know who they are. They don't know what it is to be English. They have no idea. And that's from a left-wing cultural Marxist education system. Wives still do most chores. Wives still do most chores while men take it easy. Just ask my wife. I'm proper, like, I've never even made a bacon sandwich. I've never made anything. I know, it's so bad, isn't it? I refuse to, though. Even cups of tea, you lot can vouch for that, who I work with. I've got to go in my house, put the kettle on, make a cup of tea. No, no, it's not happening. Lucy, make the cup of tea. Make the lads a cup of tea. When my wife said, before she goes to work, make everyone a cup of tea, babe. That's just me. Merkel agrees to cap number one. Oh, here you go. So, who's watched my, where I interviewed the BBC journalist at the Football Lads Alliance demonstration, where he said that he would categorise supporters as far right if they wanted to put a limit on immigration. That equates to far right. This is what we're up against. So Angela Merkel agrees to cap number of immigrants. Angela Merkel's far right, according to the BBC. According to the BBC reporter, she has agreed to plans to limit the number of migrants entering the country. You see what happens with the AFD. You see with the AFD gaining mass votes, then it pushes them, which is what I always had, which is why I was so gutted about Anne-Marie Waters. If Anne-Marie Waters would have got in with UKIP, it's not thinking that she's ever going to run the country. What she's going to do is nick votes. When she nicks votes from Labour and they see it, when she nicks votes from the Conservatives and they see it, they're forced to move and shift their politics, which is what you'd hope for. That's the goal, and that's what's happened with Merkel. But according to the BBC, she'd be far right. Just like they label and bracket all of you people at home as far right. So what I'm going to do now, anyone who saw the videos from last night, you have to watch what went on last night, where Phil Campion decided to throw me under the bus for political correctness. I'm now going to ring Phil. I'm going to ring Phil, ex-SAS Phil, see where he is, and see if he's up for meeting up. See you later. If you'd like to help us set up the Tommy Robinson Show, please go to tommyrobinson.com and give us your support.